I would love to talk about American Idol.
There was a lot of people talking about that. David Archuleta's audience is mostly young. This is the first time they're now allowing voting into the late of night. The producers like Nigel had a lot of beef with my dad. Sometimes some things are just pretty clear.
David Cook gave me a bracelet. Why didn't you give me a bracelet?
And Renee was like, oh my gosh, hi. I'm like, y'all should get a picture together. I made the picture happen. Oh my gosh! I want to know you.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. My name's Jonathan.
That is not okay.
What's not okay?
Your voice sounding like that?
This is what my voice always sounds like.
Imagine.
Is this not how it sounds like to you?
I feel like I'd be so scared of you.
I can go with I'm so sorry. Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
How can you even do that?
I mean, I think at a certain point when people tell you have a really high voice for a guy, you start talking down here, and well, not with the accent though.
Oh my goodness,
my Florida's coming out. Excuse me.
All right, we're Southern now. Oh man. Mm-hmm. Well, how are you feeling today, Jonathan?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That's great.
I didn't get the most amount of sleep, but I think I might feel a little bit better than you do.
Okay,
How are you doing?
Everyone. Okay. So Jonathan and I went to a birthday party last night.
Because we haven't seen each other enough.
Right. For one of our best friends, Kings. Happy birthday, Kings.
Happy birthday, Kings. A month after the birthday.
A month after. But it's fine. Listen, on your own schedule, Queen. But basically, I definitely drank a little bit more than I typically do. I'm not really much of a drinker, but I was just feeling it. I was like, this is the vibe. So this morning was a little slow for me.
Sure.
However, I'm like so many Tylenols in that I'm feeling good enough. You know what I mean?
Let's play a game. I'm gonna start doing 1, 2, 3. You stop me when you had the amount of Tylenol pills that I say. So 1, 2.
I mean, it was just 2.
It was just 2.
Yeah.
Like extra strength though.
Oh, right, of course.
Of course.
Well, they're extra strength, but Jonathan's Tylenol bottle expired 2 years ago, everyone.
So they're like they're mid-strength.
It's very mid-strength. I could have taken 5 of them.
Oh my gosh.
We have such an exciting episode for you guys today.
Person.
One of my literal childhood idols and favorite people ever, David Archuleta, is here. That's going to be so exciting to talk to him about his upcoming music, about American Idol.
His new book coming out soon.
He's got a book, y'all.
Crazy.
Not the author of it all.
The author of it all. He's awesome. We love him. I'm sure you guys love him too.
Let's get it with the best intro ever.
Give us that best intro ever, please.
Best intro ever. Here we go. Today's guest is a multi-talented singer-songwriter who rose to fame on season 7 of American Idol, capturing the hearts of millions with his beautiful voice. You may know him from throwback hits like the multi-platinum smash Crush, or his new heartfelt ballads like Held Together and Rather Be Lonely. He may have placed second on Idol, but he did place number 1 in our hearts.
Aww.
Everyone, give it up for David Archuleta!
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you here.
What was that?
We are so happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here, as always.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we were just talking about Brat Summer. And
Yeah,
you were
Brat
asking us
Summer.
if we're having our Brat Summer.
Are you having your Brat Summer?
I think I am. I like don't really know,
You
but
don't?
I'm like pretty sure that I'm having my Brat Summer.
Have you been listening to Brat?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
It's so good.
I went to a dance class that I thought it was beginner hip hop.
You're doing dance
And
classes?
I guess so. And I thought it was
Bruh.
I thought it was beginner hip hop, but it was so not beginner. And it was to that Charlie XCX song, the Apple one.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, it's time for my Brat Summer. And then me and a couple friends left in the middle of the class because we couldn't keep up.
Was it at Millennium? Where was it at?
No, it was I was like away on like a brand trip
Oh,
and we were
gotcha.
doing like a whole thing and I was so excited. I was like, oh yay, let's go dance class.
Didn't you
Cool.
also do line dancing at that time too?
I did do line dancing. This is a thing. Do you dance at all, David
Yeah,
Archuleta?
I take dance classes too. I love it. It's so fun.
Oh my God. Oh, you are out here dancing.
Yeah, I be dancing.
Oh, you be dancing in
I
your
like to
shows.
dance.
I saw.
Oh, yeah,
yes, he does.
There was a viral clip of you dancing to Espresso. I saw
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Not just dancing, singing.
Ooh, he's doing the whole thing.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
With
are
the
you-
little mesh top with the.
Yeah, that was in New York. Yeah.
Are you living more of a like Sabrina Carpenter summer or a Brat summer? Like where are you at?
I'm like a sorry, I said it in Spanish. A mezcla, a mix.
You're a
Mezcla
mixable.
in Spanish, but a mix. Yeah. You know, I've been seeing like the people do it, like the Powerpuff Girls, Sabrina Carpenter, blue,
Chapel Roan.
Chapel
right?
Roan, red,
Right.
Charlie XCX, green / Billie Eilish, also green.
Right.
Fair.
So
But
if,
I've
if
been
you
living
had
it
to,
up with all 4 of them.
there you go.
Yeah.
If you had to build your pop girl Powerpuff Girls, who are they?
It'd be them.
It'd be them.
Yeah, I'd add 4
You've had 4.
because I've been
Love.
listening to all of them.
Well,
yeah,
that's amazing.
they're all amazing.
Well, let's talk
to
more about
stay.
my favorite pop girl, David
Okay.
Archuleta.
I was like, okay, let's do this pivot.
Let's
Oh my
get
God.
into your music and the song that you just put out.
Okay.
You have 2 songs you just put out, Held
Okay.
Together
Yeah.
and Rather Be Lonely. Let's chat
Yeah.
about them. The story
And
of Held
the-
Together is amazing, and I'd love to hear all about it.
Written with mutual friends.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, I wrote Rather Be Lonely with Jules, who I met because of you.
Yeah. Jules is like my very best friend for anyone who doesn't know.
This is like
Yeah.
her 3rd mention on the podcast already.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah, she was here when I sang in the kitchen with y'all for my first
Yeah.
time. And she's the most amazing person and an amazing songwriter. And so we wrote that. And I was like, what? Because Jules is always just like, hi, I'm so happy and stuff. And then like this crazy deep stuff comes out. And then with Ryan Nealon as well,
Yeah.
who then I wrote Held Together with.
And we had the honor of being in one of your car reaction videos for that one.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Yes.
I will
Oh
start
my
crying very
gosh.
quickly if we start talking about the song for too long. So let's do it.
Aw.
I would
Oh my
love
God.
to talk about the song. The story is so
Thank
incredible.
you for reacting
Yeah.
to it, by the way.
Always. Are you
that
kidding?
was so fun with Lindsay.
The least
Sterling.
acting I've ever had to do in a video was
Oh.
for that. Just genuine tears. Yeah.
Right,
Aw.
just real, genuine tears.
Thank you. It's-
So
it
the
was
story of
touching.
Held Together is it's about you leaving the church and then your mom following suit right after. Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
it took her a minute.
yeah,
So I left. Oh, I guess no. When I came out, it took her a minute to like be okay with me coming out
okay,
and dating guys.
yeah.
When I told, hey mom, I'm gonna start dating guys, and she's like, honey, I love you, but I love God more, and I can't accept this about you. And she's like, I testify to you that marriage is between a man and a woman, and that is God's plan that He has for all of His children. I was like, Mom, I get it. I literally believed this like up until a week ago. I don't need you to accept what I'm doing because I know it's hard against your beliefs, but I just want you to respect that I'm making the best decision for me right now. And because like up until recently, I was like thinking taking my life would be better decision than coming out. And so she understood that, and she's like, okay. She had mentioned this before. She's like, that she thought I needed to just get it out of my system. Then I would figure myself out and end up marrying a girl and have a family and follow God's plan for me. And I did. I tried to stay in my church, the Mormon Church, Latter-day Saints.
Can I ask how old you were at this point when you came out to her?
I was 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
3 year ago. Yeah.
You look 25, but
Oh
Right.
gosh.
You did-
Oh gosh.
You look like
Stop.
Fountain of Youth
Stop.
vibes.
No, thank you. So she was still kind of thinking, okay, he'll get it out of his system.
Yeah.
I was still going to church. Like I was like, I'm going to show the Mormons that you can, because everyone in churches think once you come out, it's just because you want to be sinful and evil. Oops. Hi, Mike. You just want to be this evil, corrupt thing, and you just want to be sexually indulgent. And I was like, I'm going to show them that that's not the case. But it's almost like people were wanting me to fail. They wanted me to do bad because
Wow.
they have their already like discrimination, like their assumptions made about coming out. And it's like they were looking for any problem to not like me anymore.
Wow.
Like they thought I was wearing lipstick one time. I was on my way to a Christian concert. Kirk Franklin, Jonathan McReynolds.
Love Kirk Franklin. by the
Yeah.
way, but keep going.
And there's like I had eaten a spicy. I put chili peppers on
no.
my pizza, so my lips were red. And I was like doing an Instagram live, and people thought I was wearing lipstick, which there's nothing wrong with anyway.
Right.
Right.
It's like it has. What does that do to you? But people were so upset because they're like, see, this is what happens when you come out. You just become dumb.
you
Like,
wear lipstick.
yeah,
How
I'm like,
horrible.
okay. But like that little thing, they were like mad at me now. And like, it was like a reason for them to now hate on me. I'm like, y'all are just looking for any reason to hate on someone for coming out. But it got to the point where I was just like tired because even in my church, like the church leaders, like I realized they didn't really want me to be there. They didn't want me to prove any point. Like they just wanted me to disappear. And they were like making an effort to do that. So it was overwhelming. I felt like I was not being seen anymore. And I could only imagine, like, I was a public figure in the church.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can only imagine what it's like for people who don't have a platform to be seen.
Yeah.
I was really feeling down, depressed, and I just made a video. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I'm just going to talk. And it ended up being like almost an hour long, like 51, 52 minutes. And I was just talking about how difficult it was to try and be an out person while trying to balance believing in your faith. I didn't have my answers, but I was just feeling really depressed. And it was like the last time I was really feeling like dealing with those suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
And luckily, when I made the decision to leave the church is when I stopped having to deal with that anymore. My mom said she saw that, and she said, that's when I realized, okay, David is not just, maybe this isn't just a phase. This isn't just like his curiosity. This is a really internal struggle that he's dealing with, that he's worked really, really hard to do anything but be queer.
Yeah.
And realizing that this was something that probably other people were going through, like that's what was a wake-up call for my mom. And then later that year is when I left the church and I announced it. People Magazine did an article about it. That was like a pretty big deal for the Mormon community. It's like, what? David Archuleta leave? Why is this in People Magazine?
Yeah.
And I didn't hear from my mom for a little bit, for a few days. And I was like, oh no, I pissed my mom off. Because I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
She doesn't want me to, when I would go home, she'd be like, David, come to church with us.
Oh.
And I'd be like, okay. And then it just got to the point where I was like, Mom, I can't anymore. But I respect that it's like your place and go for it. Like I support you fully in what you're doing. But I didn't hear from her for a few days after I announced leaving the church. And then she texted me and she said, I've decided to leave the church. And I was like, what? What, Mom? I was like, you don't have to. I was like, was I a bad influence? And she's like, oh, you were. No. Oh, was I? And she's like, no. She's like, I don't want to be somewhere where my children don't feel loved and welcomed. And if you are going to hell, then we're all going to hell with you.
Oh.
And so I was really touched by that. And I said, okay, I want to write a song about that. So I did. I showed it to my mom, but my mom, her first language is Spanish.
Right.
So she doesn't really pay attention to words, especially in English. So I played it for her and she was like, oh yeah, it was good. I was like, did you hear the message of the song? She's like, no, not really. But then when the song came out, like officially, she was there like when the lyric video was. So then she like read the lyrics. And she's like, I was sobbing, I was in tears.
I saw a video recently of you guys singing it together. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was really cool.
It's really such a beautiful tribute to like your relationship with her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful that my mom, came around. I like the color of your shirt, by the way, Jonathan.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is so not on topic, but we realized that we just we're running out of clothes to wear in all of our content that we're making. So I think both of us were in the same time. We're like, let's go get new clothing. So thank you for noticing. I wanted some color.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's a
you.
good color.
Mhm. Thank you.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
of doing a nice like shopping spree next week.
Ooh.
Just like blowing all the money.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like, all
Hey.
over.
All right. I mean,
like
there's
that.
you can find some good things at thrift stores here, especially in LA.
That's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
That's real. Are you a thrifter, David?
Yeah. I'm learning. Buffalo Exchange has some cool stuff.
Right. Yeah. I've been
But
there.
I feel like even Goodwill could have some cool things.
All right.
I
Shout
got
out
some.
Goodwill.
The tank top I have on right now is from Goodwill.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he loves it so much that it's under his shirt.
That is.
Right.
But I like I wear this under many shirts, including open shirts.
Okay.
And
Okay,
including
cool.
even like if I go out and just want to show some arm,
Oh yeah. We were going to touch on this later, but I think
Okay.
now is the time because you're talking about showing arm.
Okay.
Can we talk about one of the for me most unexpected things about you, which is that you are like out here going to raves on the regular?
Oh my god.
Love it.
Can you tell us about your like love for
Right.
that and
Oh my
everything?
gosh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
I love it. I love EDM festivals, raves. I just went to Hard Summer this month and I saw the noise complaints that were going for the city because it could be heard miles away.
Where
Yeah.
was this?
It was at SoFi Stadium.
Oh yeah.
There was like a platform that one of the venues, one of the DJ locations was on, and it like made the sound just carry out
Wow.
in the worst way for all the residents of in the
Vicinity.
radius. Thank
Right.
you.
That's
I'm
what
like,
we're going for.
charades
Right.
here.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Vicinity of SoFi Stadium.
Wow.
I think you mentioned to us, not on camera today, but at some point, like going back to like the Mormonism piece of it, that when you started going to raves, that was another thing that people wanted to pick on as like an example of like, oh, you're changing, you've changed so much.
You're dark
Right.
now. Your countenance has fallen. That's what they say a lot. Your countenance has fallen.
What does
What does that mean?
countenance?
Countenance. So it's like at least in the Mormon faith, like culture, if your countenance has fallen, it means that you don't have the countenance of Jesus in you. And like you don't have a light in your countenance. Like you're like your aura. It's like a word for aura in a sense.
Your God shield.
Yeah,
is,
like
depleted.
you know, like the energy and the vibe and the spirit that you carry with you is no longer there. So your countenance is
Like
fallen.
your light has dimmed.
Yeah, your light has dimmed.
Right.
That's
Which is
another
crazy.
way to say it.
Which is crazy because at a rave there's thousands of lights.
That's true. But laser.
I think you were bringing up the reason I brought that up was because I think you mentioned at some point there was something about how like the freeness that comes along with being at these raves and these EDM things was something that was part of the appeal for you.
This is the part when I break free. They actually play that at raves too.
As they should.
Yeah.
Zed sets. He puts that one in and it's so good.
That's
It
real.
is so good.
I mean, I'm waiting for some David Archuleta EDM songs. When are those
I've
coming?
been
We're working on
writing
it?
them. I'm just like, when do I
nice.
release these? I've written them already.
All right.
But I'm like, what's the right time? Because it doesn't really make sense to David Archuleta suddenly have a rave song.
Right.
It makes perfect sense for me. It's
Really?
like, I want that.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think this is important to chat about because you just this year you won the GLAAD Media Award for Outstanding Breakout Artist.
Oh.
That's you. You say it like you just found out right now.
No, yeah. I'm always like, oh, that's so interesting because it's like I've been singing for like publicly for 16 years now or 17.
But I guess like within the community, for anyone who doesn't know, like the GLAAD Awards, it's for like the LGBTQ community, and like creatives and people within the community. So I guess for the
was really
specific
fun.
community, you're kind of new, yeah,
That's true.
yeah. And does that feel like more of a special thing to win that award, like after everything that you've been through?
It does. It was. I felt like, oh, like what I'm doing is making an impact.
Yeah.
Like, oh, people are noticing what I'm doing. Because sometimes you just feel like, I don't know. You feel like, okay, people remember what I did a long time ago, not so much what I'm doing right now. Sure. So to be recognized for what I'm doing now and the work I'm putting into my career and just life and just the story I'm trying to share, which is just my story, was just like, oh. So I was like, literally, I didn't think I was going to win. I was like, I'm just pour me a glass of wine. I was drinking. And then I didn't realize that it was already my category. All of a sudden I see my name up on. I'm like, wait, what?
Did you go up and do a speech?
No.
Oh.
No, I wasn't one of those.
No, okay.
But it was fun. I went backstage and there was like to go receive it. And then Renee Rapp was there. Have y'all had her on here?
No.
We'd love to.
That would be so fun.
Renee.
Gosh.
Sing it in the kitchen.
I was just like, I'm obsessed with you. I was just like, I just want you. She's like, I am obsessed with you. I'm like, what? You're obsessed with me? I'm like, it's just weird to think that people like, how do you know me?
Yeah.
And how do I know you? Come on.
And as that was going about, then Sydney Sweeney comes over and then then Renee was like, oh my gosh, hi. I'm like, y'all should get a picture together.
Oh.
And you made it happen.
I made the picture happen. And I was like, here, I'll take it. But then I think Sydney's person's like, no, actually, I'll take the picture. I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Did you then get one with them too? Or?
No.
Okay, next time.
Just the memory.
I don't like to be one of those people where it's just like, let me get a picture.
That's real.
That's why. And I knew that Renee wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, because, she wanted to be professional. So I was like, that's why I was like, y'all should get a picture. And then I had to go get my reward after that. But
no, I feel that we're very the same way. At least I know I am. We were at Jojo Siwa's album release party.
Oh my gosh.
With our friend Jax, who was just on the podcast.
Oh.
And we wanted to get a picture. At least I did. I wanted to get a picture so bad.
Yes.
And I couldn't ask. Because it was like, it's her album party. Like, we're there celebrating her. Like, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, hey.
Would you mind?
Oh man, I love it. I guess this kind of ties into the next thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Being such a fan and wanting to like get pictures with people. David, I think we must talk about our origin story.
Oh my gosh.
And how we met.
Yes.
For anyone who does not know, I was an Ellen kid. way back in the day when I was like 7,
Baby
8,
Anthony.
and 9. Yes.
And what exactly was an Ellen kid?
Right. Okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, and I'm sure you do, but Ellen had this segment on her show called My Favorite Kids, and she would bring in like people who she thought were like very talented kids or like genius kids who like knew a lot about like the states of America or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like the ones who like knew all the president names.
And you were one of the favorite kids.
I was a favorite kid. And I told her on my first episode that I was the biggest American Idol fan. So then my first time on the show, I told her I was the biggest American Idol fan ever. And she then sent me to go meet and see Kelly Pickler perform live.
Oh my gosh.
Which was
Pickler.
the best day of my life. Then like
red high heels.
Yes, red high heels. Oh my gosh. Shout out Kelly Pickler. I don't know where she is now, but shout out.
We love you, Kelly.
We love you. And then my second time on the show, she told me on air that I was going to be the red carpet correspondent for the American Idol Top 12 party.
Oh my god.
And I obviously was a major fan of the show, but I was the biggest fan of you ever.
Aww.
Like I kept telling them, I was like, I'm so excited, I'm gonna meet David Archuleta. Like, I was just the most stoked.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And there is video evidence of this.
Oh, we will insert the clip.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Please do.
Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. I want you to win, seriously.
I still remember because you were standing on like a chair or a stool.
They had me on a step stool, and that was the whole joke. So
that was so funny.
My thing wasn't live from the red carpet. I was live from the tan step stool.
Hi, it's Anthony, live on the tan step stool.
Oh my gosh.
And that was my whole thing.
And you had such a personality. I still remember. You're like, like your eyes, like you. It's just
and how similar would you say that he is now?
I know. You still have like this like,
oh my gosh, thank you so much. My light
like,
hasn't dimmed.
You still have the countenance.
Okay. Yeah. It hasn't. Your countenance has not fallen.
Thanks, King.
It has risen.
Yeah. But so that's how we met.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I guess we could say lost touch. We were never really in touch then.
Yeah.
But then like years go by and we reconnected through TikTok.
Yeah, because I was a huge fan of your TikToks and your amazing voice.
Did
You're
you
incredible.
Did you connect those dots though?
No.
I connected the dots.
You brought it up. I'm like, what? You're that kid on the stool?
Wow. He's like, I have memories of that. I have nightmares about that interview all the time.
You're so sweet.
I remember specifically like freaking out, being like, oh my gosh, I want you to win. I really want you to win.
And then so close. So
cute.
close.
I almost called it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
no.
It's okay. We love you, Cook. David Cook.
We love David Cook. I always like wanted to. The last time you were here, I wanted to create beef between you and David Cook online. I think it would have been sick.
Oh my
know?
gosh.
Can we still do it now?
Oh, oh my gosh.
No.
I feel like I created a little beef because I did a little TikTok where it's like the block.
Oh yeah.
To everyone
But
saying,
it's just a joke.
Oh, you said everyone who voted for David Cook.
No,
got
for
blocked.
people who said they voted for when people tell me they voted for David Cook, and I'm like, mwah, blocked.
But I also have to understand, why do people tell you to your face? Like, just so you know, I didn't vote for you.
Oh, there's only like a couple people who did that. And one of them is Ryan Nealon, who I helped together with.
That is insane. He's fake for that.
My last two singles that I've released were with Ryan Nealon, who one of the first things he told me was, oh, just so you know, I voted for David Cook.
That is insane.
Actually, Ryan, that TikTok was for you.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
He's gonna block you.
Check your phone now, Ryan. You're blocked.
Something that I think you should keep in mind for the future. This is something that I think would be really fun and would create waves online. You right now follow 0 people on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know.
And I think you should follow only David Cook.
Oh.
I think that would be
That's really fun.
So iconic.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I feel like it would like would that be taking me back to one? I don't know.
Well, let's see if it happens. So to everyone watching at home, go check
Yeah.
out David Archuleta's
Oh my
Instagram.
god.
We'll try and convince him after this.
I really have been thinking about adding people again. It's just like I needed like a
Right.
cleanse, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
who am I now? Because I used to follow so many of like my church things before.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know, am I gonna offend people if I unfollow them? Then you know, I was just like, but I don't know who I am yet. So I'm just gonna 0 and then once I figure out my new identity, then we'll start following people again.
Yeah. I would love to know, when you start following people again, are we like the first and second follow?
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
The 10.
then
That's the
if
other
so,
reason why I
in
don't
what
like following
order?
people. Because then it's like everyone keeps track, like, oh, you're following. I've had people literally like take my phone and they're like, here, let's follow each other. Or they're like, here, take my Instagram, and they'll hit the follow button.
No, no,
And I'm
no,
like, I don't even know who
no.
you are.
You don't do
And
that.
it's like,
you
I
show
didn't
them.
do
You
it.
show them the profile.
Yeah.
I know they would just like type in the name and then hit follow. It's like, why are you making the assumption that I just want to follow you? I don't
Uh-oh.
even know who you are.
Right.
That's real.
Right.
Okay.
And so it's just like that makes me stressed out because I'm like, I want to
Yeah.
follow people that I genuinely like, receive inspiration from,
Right.
or just like want to see what they're up to. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
So it's
I've
like,
always wondered this for like the Billie Eilishes and Olivia Rodrigos of the world who follow 0 people. What do you see when you open Instagram? What comes up?
algorithm stuff.
all
Okay.
suggested.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll still see y'all's videos come up every
Oh,
now and
that's
then.
cool.
Yeah, because you do engage a decent amount. Like I was so
Yeah, it comes up often
Oh.
on my feed.
So you love us, you're just not inspired by us?
I'm not. Apparently, I'm not inspired by anybody right now.
Right,
All
right,
right.
right.
I'm uninspired.
You said I'm my own muse.
Right,
Fell off the chair.
I mean, he's got a lot to write about.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking so self-conceited. No, it's just like
you're
Not at all.
It's just like
Well, since we briefly touched on it, I would love to talk about American Idol. Can we
Let's
chat
do
a little
it.
bit?
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
it.
amazing. Okay, so you did Star Search as
I
a kid,
did.
yeah? And
Let's
then-
talk about American Idol.
Well,
So
no.
Star Search.
No. Star Search.
So you did Star Search as a kid, and then
Yeah.
you went on to do Idol after. And I know you were like in the church at this time and everything. What was it like? Did you have like the community backing you, or what was the
Yeah.
support like?
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize because you're in a little bubble during American Idol, and at
Yeah.
that time, like we didn't have social media like we do now, and we weren't really allowed to use social media when we were on American Idol during our season. They like
Wow.
kept us really in a bubble.
Was there that much social media at the time?
MySpace,
Oh.
Facebook, what else?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
yeah,
that was
because
maybe
Twitter
it.
started the year after. Oh my gosh!
Thank God.
Yeah, you
Oh
really
my
you really
gosh.
came up in the time when like reality search shows and social media, it's like you could become a household name off of that. Now it's like everyone has
Yeah,
100,000 followers or something. But
Right.
Yeah.
you really got in at that like sweet spot.
yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it was an interesting time. It was like, oh, we can just talk to our audience now directly.
Yeah.
Like it was quite a new thing
Yeah.
because otherwise you'd have to like have someone post an interview that you did, or be
Right.
seen on a TV show
Right.
to be able to talk to people,
Yeah.
or like release a song.
Yeah.
And now you can just be like, "Hi, everyone,"
do you,
Yeah.
from
do you
the source.
Think, do you think
and
you're
TMZ does not have the same power they
No.
did back then.
That's a
Because
good
they
thing.
could just talk about you and make up stories and things, or like gossip, like the
Yeah.
gossip magazines. They could say whatever they wanted, and you didn't know whether it was true or not because you
Right.
didn't have the source. But now you can be like, "That's not true."
And did you find that you were like experiencing a lot of the like gossip websites and things talking about you?
During American Idol,
Yeah.
yeah, people just wanted to talk, and most of it, luckily, it's like people didn't really. I didn't give them a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But it was more with my dad during American Idol. Like my dad was known as a
Oh.
stage dad,
Mm.
and so there are a lot of like things people would talk about that. But
do you think that it would be better had social media been more of a thing at that time for you to be able to control the narrative or immediately
Yeah,
have commentary?
definitely. Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes they would use it to their advantage.
Sure.
It's like, well, people, you can't say anything, so we
Sure.
can say whatever we want, and people will believe that about you. So it can be very risky. But
Do you, because you got to experience fame both on the side where it was you saw it in newspapers or on TV, that was it, and now you have this constant flood of your friend can text you at 2 a.m. saying, "Oh, did you see this on Twitter about you?"
right,
Is it more stressful now because
no.
no,
I mean, because I was in a different time of my career then.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was like at the peak and like millions of people, like 30 million people watching every week.
crazy.
So it was like an intense time, like going out in public, and you couldn't go out in public because you had to have security with you.
Wow.
Like everyone knew who you were. And it's just like a normal setting where you're used to like going to the grocery store, the airport, and it's like people, like all those people who normally are minding their own business are now coming up to you
Right.
and like can even mob you at times. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But that's not a thing for me anymore. Now it's just like every now and then someone might be like, "Hi, are you David? Oh my gosh, can I get a picture?"
Aw.
And that's it. Like, there's not this pandemonium factor.
Yeah. Well,
that
Idol was
existed back then.
Idol was such a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
It was like the thing. I was every single week. I would cry when people would go home.
I would too.
Right, it was
Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, broke me. Simply broke me.
Gosh.
And then like real talk, when I was too young during your finale to stay up until 11 or midnight.
Aw.
So we would tape it and then we would watch it after. And the next morning, I guess the show ran a little bit late, and I remember it being like, and the winner of American Idol is David. And then it cut.
Right.
And we had to look it up on the internet. And then I cried.
And that's Anthony's first trauma right there.
That's my first trauma that I remember in my life. I'm kidding.
You know what's interesting is like
Tell me.
there was a lot of people talking about that.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, wait, David Archuleta's audience is mostly young.
Yeah.
Like, why is it this is the first time they're now allowing voting to be 4 hours into the late of night. So it's like, but David Archuleta's fans are going to be in bed by then. So everyone was,
so
it was very
a little-
controversial.
It was a little rigged.
Right, because
It was very controversial.
especially because, if I may go on to the next question,
Go for it.
Simon said after your finale performance that you came out here to win, and what we witnessed was a knockout. And then after that, you didn't win. You placed second, which we're talking about.
Right.
What was that like? I mean, did you go into it going like, okay, yeah, I really do have this in the bag?
No,
No.
I didn't. But I mean, I don't know. It's like I could just tell, like you can just sense the vibe from like backstage too. So it's kind of like interesting. I knew that the producers like Nigel had a lot of beef with my dad. So I knew that there was a lot of resentment there. And it was just kind of like sometimes some things are just pretty clear. Like, I don't know.
Sure.
But regardless, I like David Cook and I were both working our little booties off.
Right.
We were both exhausted. So anything that was said to us, it almost feels like a fever dream. Like I didn't remember much of that. Most of the stuff that I do recall is because I watched it like the years following after.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. Cause it just feels like what?
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Jennifer Hudson because on her show, I was talking about some of her shows and she's like, I mean, some of her performances on the show. And she's like, I don't remember anything.
No way.
She's I don't remember. And it's like,
Wow.
it's almost like you like block it out of your mind because it was like so much.
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't process it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Sometimes I'll watch old videos of myself because I grew up doing like theater, and so I'll watch these old performances. And for a while, it was really painful to watch them because you're like, oh, I remember being that young and some of the internal demons that I had. And now I look at it with a lot of compassion, where I'm like, oh, I wish I could like hug that kid and be like, you're gonna figure this stuff out. Do you feel that way ever?
Yeah. Oh, that's really sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And figure
that's a
it out,
sweet
you
way.
did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real. Like,
yeah.
I think that when people place second or place like anywhere other than first on those shows, like it can kind of light some fire under you and like give you like fuel to like really want to kind of prove yourself, you know? Did you feel that at all? Like, did you really feel like a fan base rallying behind you or anything? Like because they wanted to really show that they loved
like,
you?
You were robbed. You were
Big
robbed.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we went on the American Idol tour immediately after
Yeah.
the show.
Which
and-
I went to, by the way.
Oh my, oh, that's
same.
right.
And we met backstage.
Yes,
Insert
that's
picture.
the second time. Yes.
Insert
I remember you
picture.
singing backstage to people too.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
So the reason it actually had nothing to do with Ellen. The reason I went backstage is because they had like a karaoke thing out on like that concourse area in the top.
Oh.
And I sang, and one of the like assistants or someone who was working the tour took a video of me singing and like brought it back to the idols. And
Oh my
you
gosh.
guys, I mean, I don't know if you specifically, but like the cast like wanted to meet me.
Oh my god.
It was so cute. So I went back and I sang, and it was amazing. And David Cook gave me a bracelet that I still have at my childhood home.
Oh my
I know,
god.
And
really
he
sweet.
went, you know what? I can forgive you now. I can
Oh
forgive
my
you for robbing the other
gosh.
David.
Yeah,
That just shows. I think that shows like the realness of David Cook too.
It was so
like,
sweet.
That's what it's like. Well, how can you have beef with him even in a
Right.
singing competition? It's just because
Yeah.
he was always like that.
he gave me a bracelet. It was very sweet. Why didn't you give me a bracelet?
Oh no!
And any particular reason,
Shade.
David?
You have some bracelets
No.
on right now. You can make amends.
Yeah, do you want one actually?
This means everything to me.
Oh, do you want this one?
This is such
It's
a moment.
Tiger's Eye.
Tiger eye.
Sure, this
Tiger
is such a moment for
There
my
you
life.
go.
For anyone
A
just
redemption moment.
that was your redemption.
Yeah.
For anyone
Wow.
just listening,
You are
David
forgiven.
took a bracelet off of his wrist, and now it's on mine.
It's on yours.
Yeah.
This is huge.
And I'm sorry, like and that's the only one I bought for myself. These other 3 were given to me, so that's why I'm so. Otherwise,
This is so nice.
I couldn't give any of these because I'm like, these are gifts.
Sure.
But that's one, yeah. Tiger's Eye is good. It's a really good stone to have too.
Thanks,
There you
King. Wow.
Hey.
I think you were like just knighted.
I think
You're
so.
just-
That's what that is. All right, cut for cameras. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what, I will give it back to you at the end.
Oh, yeah.
That was very sweet.
You know, it's actually really good, and I can just buy another one too. It's
my
like-
God.
When we get back on,
keep it. It's a redemptive moment.
and when we get back on, I'm gonna
let me have my redemption.
Okay. I'll take it. So we're gonna move on to a game,
Okay.
and I'm really excited to play this.
Yeah, I like games.
Okay.
So this game is called American Idol or American Impostor.
What?
And basically, we're going to give you a list of names. We have 8 on our list.
Okay.
And you're going to tell us if it's a real American Idol contestant or a fake one.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
But to be clear, the fake ones are also real people, right?
Oh, yeah. The fake ones are real people for the most part.
Oh gosh.
Uh-huh.
And then
No, I feel like I'm gonna suck at this.
and then the real ones are maybe more obscure or a little. You'll probably know some of them. I think
We'll
you'll know.
see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we threw some softballs in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
Sweet.
Do you want to kick
Let's
it
do it.
off?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do
Number 1, Jocelyn Fox.
Fake.
That's
Imposter.
right.
Imposter.
Imposter.
I don't know much about Jocelyn Fox's
Jocelyn Fox
history,
is
but you can
a,
explain.
Jocelyn Fox is a drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race season 6.
Oh.
Right. And I thought there was an interesting connection there because you did Idol with Adore,
Yeah.
who was on that same season.
I love Adore.
It's crazy.
Oh,
That's so cool.
Adore was on my season of Idol.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Have you guys now connected, like, since?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, we're supposed to hang out this weekend.
No
That's
way.
so sweet.
She's the best.
Oh, my goodness.
She was the first person I talk about in my book, which I'm writing a book, by the way.
Oh, right.
Guys, David's writing a book.
I'm writing a book about all this stuff we've been talking
Do we have
about.
a title yet?
Um,
Can't share it yet.
can't share yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is. Yeah, I have like a couple of
Cool.
options for a
Nice.
title. Yeah,
Cool.
but it's about this whole journey, like the stuff with like the Held Together experience coming out and the American Idol, and yeah, and other stuff.
That's amazing.
But and the story with Adore, I had a really touching story with Adore where I mean it was like the first time I had a conversation with an out person
wow.
about being out. Yeah, so
That's amazing.
yeah. I mean I wasn't out.
Well, right.
She was.
But
Right.
she was.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
All right. Well, we love Adore. Please
We
come
love
sing with
you.
us.
Please do. She
Literally-
rocks it out. She
literally,
rocks it out.
Please come sing with us. Okay, 2, Amy Adams.
No. Oh wait. The actress?
Well, the name is Amy Adams.
Oh!
That's all we're giving you.
Because I was just like, wait a second. I swear there was an Amy Adams. That was on. Was she on my season too?
Uh-oh.
Mm.
What do you think? American Idol or American Imposter?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I would say
Go with your gut.
no, but here's also the thing. I saw y'all reacting.
Oh, so what do you think it is?
Go with your gut.
A person. She was a person.
Yes, she was
Yeah.
on Idol. Amy Adams was on season 3, placed 10th, but not the actress.
Whoa.
Different Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
remember
yeah,
her? She had
not
like a pink pixie cut. Do you remember her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the Jennifer Hudson
Yes.
season. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Amy Adams.
Okay, we've got
And she sang I feel like she sang The Power of Love. Anyway.
Probably.
Probably.
I think
Sure.
I think everyone sang the
Oh,
Power
yeah.
of Love on American Idol.
Okay, next we've got Jared Cotter.
Yes.
Mm.
He was.
He was.
He
Can
was.
you get some bonus points if you can tell us the season or the place?
Placement. Jared Cotter. I can't tell you.
Season
Nah.
6, 16th place. Fun fact, went on to co-write Down by Jay Sean and a bar song by Shabuzi.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Shout out Jared.
Wow.
That's very, very
Get
cool.
it, Jared. Get it.
Next is Jackson Stewart.
Is that Jax?
No.
No. I'll say imposter.
You're right. Jackson
Okay.
Stewart is actually the brother on Hannah Montana,
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
which you were very on
I was very on.
and sang my favorite song. Please sing it.
Oh my gosh. oh.
Oh, I thought you were gonna keep going.
I was like doing the intro. I want to know you. You need to sing with me now.
I want to find out where you
Go
go. I want to find out what you know. And maybe someday down the road, I sit back and say to myself,
Hey, yeah, I thought so. Hey.
okay, childhood me is dying.
Adult you is too.
Oh my gosh.
Adult me is equally dying.
We've got next. We're on number 5.
We're at 5.
Okay, Justin Jefferson.
Imposter.
Correct. It's the wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings.
Wow.
Sports.
Hey, Minnesota. I like that touch. I like that
Sports.
touch, Jonathan.
Thank
This
you.
is a really important one. I want to see what you say for this.
Okay.
Number 6 is Counter-Melodies' very own Jonathan Tilkin.
What?
I can't look at you.
Were you on American Idol?
What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, why would you be on the list otherwise?
Uh-oh.
To throw you off.
You were on it. Then yeah,
I
he
was. I made it into about a 1 second clip of a montage of 16-year-olds when I was 23.
Oh my gosh.
It was not the best experience, but it happened.
Can you please
I
share
can't
your story?
believe that. Yes, please do.
Okay. This is the first season with Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, the reboot
Wow.
season.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is not a great story. Well, it's a good story, but it just doesn't paint Katy Perry in the best lights.
Oh, no.
But we love Katy Perry music. I actually loved her music so much that on my audition, I strung together a song called Katy Perry World,
What?
which was made out of like Katy Perry song titles. So the lyrics were like, I met a teenage dream last Friday night, and now a part of me feels like I might. Anyway, and the point of the song was like, we're living in a falling in love is like living in a Katy Perry world, glitter covered cupcakes. It was like
What?
all that. Witness had just come out like a week earlier. And so I go in there and I talked to the producers and they knew what was coming and they were like, oh, it's gonna go great. You're gonna do like an ABC interview afterwards. I go in, I start singing the song. She crawls under the desk in the middle of it. Halfway through the song, she peeks over the top. And at the end, she goes, you're a stage 5 clinger. And I was like, huh?
Spooky.
Huh? And I was like, oh, I just thought it was a nice song. And she's like, well, do you think you're gonna win American Idol with that song? And I go, I mean, I'd like to think so, maybe. And she goes, well, you're not, so sing something else.
She dragged you.
She really did.
She
Now,
got you
and
good.
now, in her defense, I'm sure the producers told her like, play this up, and you know, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that was playing into it. And she had an album come out like a week earlier. She's probably exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sorry that
yeah,
happened. Because she
yeah.
really is like sweet.
Yeah.
Like, very personable with the contestants. But maybe she gets like triggered if someone's too fanatic. 'Cause,
Maybe.
You know,
Yeah.
when you have like deep hardcore fans.
Totally.
It seems like something a big hardcore
Right.
fan would do.
Right. So
Let
anyway,
me
so
worship
Katie,
you.
if you ever hear this, like, come sing in the kitchen. We can work it out on the
Come sing in the
remix.
kitchen.
Yeah, this is your invite.
Yes, yes.
Officially to redeem the situation.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
The theme of the episode is redemption.
Redemption.
I got my
Redemption.
bracelet.
Katie, come give me a bracelet, please.
Oh my gosh.
Cartier's fine.
Right, yeah.
Target's good.
Target's good. All right, Jonathan, give us number 7.
Okay, number 7 is Abby Carter.
Imposter.
Ooh,
Oh, I got
you're
it
gonna
wrong.
regret that. She was the first place winner of the last season.
She just won.
Oh my God! No, Abby.
It's okay.
Abby is
There's your camera.
amazing.
There's your camera.
Abby is
Address her.
amazing.
Abby is
Oh my
amazing.
God. She changed the game.
Phenomenal voice.
I don't know why. I was just like, I was thinking of like historical
Years past, of course. of
Abby, I'm so
course.
sorry. She really like brought it back to life. Like the level of like how to change a song, create this emotion and experience as you listen to it. She's incredible. We have similar journeys in our backgrounds with like Faith as well.
Oh, wow.
She is like a really like very, very special person, dear to me as well. I can't believe I did. How could I do that?
Okay,
my God.
in the spirit of Wendy Williams, did he redeem himself with that?
Wendy,
Right.
I think he redeemed himself.
Oh my God.
So I'm guessing you guys met when you went to perform Hell together.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Oh my gosh. Was that like such a cool full circle moment
Oh,
to
right.
go back on Idol fully being yourself?
It was. It felt very like empowering. Because
Yeah.
before, when I was on that stage, I was always so shy and so scared. Not just because I was shy to be in front of cameras, but I also felt so uncomfortable being myself.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be myself and be loved for who I was, and I didn't know how to do that the first time I was on Idol.
Yeah.
So to now be able to be back, still nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, are people gonna accept me? Because I feel like they fell in love with who I thought I needed to be for them,
Yeah.
which was someone I never could love. So to then be back and it's like, well, here I am.
We actually have one more name in our game.
Oh.
Did I miss one? I'm so
Name
sorry.
game.
Um,
I
this-
can't believe Abby. Oh my gosh, Abby. Oh, I feel so guilty for that.
This one is specifically important to me.
Okay.
Wade Collins, real or fake?
Oh my gosh, Wade Collins, not on American Idol, but another singing competition. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right?
A little, but not
Well,
quite.
Which singing competition?
I'm trying to remember the name.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Your brain's working.
Ah!
Okay, I'll give you a little hint. Wade Collins is a made-up person.
Yeah.
For a TV show.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just trying to remember which.
Oh, what your show was called?
What the show was called on iCarly.
Oh, so you know. Okay.
Yes, we have beef. Wade Collins and I have some beef.
Oh, so you know Wade
Because he
Collins.
wasn't very nice to me. Yeah.
Right.
For anybody who does not know, there was an iCarly episode where it was pretty much all about David. But at the beginning of the show, David is competing against someone named Wade Collins on a, American Idol type show. And you actually win in the
did win.
iCarly universe.
In the
Yes.
iCarly universe,
So in the
yeah.
iCarly universe, David wins the show and then Wade does not. So Sam and Carly are like feeling very bad for Wade.
Sure.
Because
So-
they promoted to vote for me on the show. And,
Right.
And so they felt like it was rigged for me to win because they had some overextending influence on the voting.
Can you please let us into that iCarly episode and tell us, like, do you remember anything from it? Like, what was the vibe like?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, it was so fun to be there. It felt a lot more like casual, low key. Jeanette, who plays Sam, I just really bonded with because she grew up Mormon as well. And so we talked about that, and she had a lot of similar things, like a dynamic with her mom that I had with my dad. And so we just related. We both started around the same age. Our careers had begun. Like iCarly and that season of American Idol were both around the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like we were walking life together in a sense.
Oh.
So, and to this day, like the reason I'm writing my book is because of Jeanette.
Right,
So,
because her book.
Will you
Her-
take
her book
inspiration
might-
on the title from her?
I don't know.
Do you remember her title of her book?
I'm glad my mom died.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's yeah.
I do
We can
love my
workshop
mom.
some idea. I know I was going to say, like,
So-
I'm glad my mom's going to hell with me. Like, I
I'm
don't
glad
know.
my mom's going to hell with me. Yeah.
Working title.
There we go.
We'll go to hell together.
Oh my gosh. So which one came first? Hannah Montana or iCarly?
You know what?
You
I
don't remember
that.
Okay, cool.
I don't remember. It was a bit of a blur that time.
Wow.
I don't think I know the Hannah Montana David Archuleta crossover moment.
What?
Can I please be told about
How do you not know?
it? Because
That was like a
Life.
formative moment of my life.
Oh my gosh.
we are
Mamma
a few
mia.
years apart. Only a few.
Yeah, only a few.
Only 5. So I don't know. Maybe I wasn't like the target demo.
Probably.
I'm probably not.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was Prom Mia episode.
Prom Mia.
Yeah, Hannah Montana. She was going to the prom. There's a nerdy guy who asked her out, and she didn't
Okay.
want to go.
Okay.
But she still said yes because she felt bad. But then
She's a
I
good
called,
person.
and I called her, but I didn't know she was getting ready for prom.
Right.
And I was only in town that night, and so I asked her to do record a song with me. And she then bailed, stood up the guy for prom to come sing a duet with me. But while she was at the studio, felt too guilty, and she's like, "Sorry, I can't do this." And I was like,
Wow.
"Why? What happened?" And like, there's a joke where I'm like, when I called, you thought I was David Cook.
That's right. That's right. I remember that.
So good.
And then I was like, "Oh no, it was the onion bagel, wasn't it?" And she's
Oh,
like, "No." And she's like, but next time you might want to try a lemon bar. And the reason I remember this is because it's like I have gone back to like see that, and I actually do. Actually, I don't think even know if I needed to see it because I memorized that so much. I was so nervous about not remembering my lines.
Had you done acting before, or was that kind of your debut?
It was like my debut. Those two
Wow.
shows, yeah.
wow.
So she's like, no, she's like, I just kept a promise, and I have, that I've got to keep, like I broke a prom and I've got to go keep it.
Yeah.
Because there was
So
the
I was
whole
like,
double
okay.
life thing.
Yeah.
Because Miley said yes to the prom, Hannah said yes to the duet.
Yes.
So it was like,
Yeah.
can't be two places at once. That is insane.
Yeah.
Random follow up. You like did a show on Disney, you did a show on Nickelodeon.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever? I feel like when people guest star in episodes like that, a lot of the times like executives will pitch them like getting their own show or something. Did you
Oh.
ever? Was there ever a David Archuleta show for kids TV in the works?
No, there
No.
wasn't. I did get pitched on MTV. They wanted to do an MTV reality TV show on me. And I remember going in with all the reps on MTV, but it was my parents were in the middle of getting divorced. And I was just like, this is not the right time to do a life on David. And they're like, but that kind of content is really helpful. I'm like, yeah, for viewing, for ratings. Yeah. But my family's already gone through hell
Right.
Right.
with
Together.
like stuff together, hell together with my dad, like being the stage dad. I'm like, my
Right.
family does not need more drama
Yeah.
just for the sake of us making a TV network more
Yeah.
money,
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I was like, it could have been a cool opportunity because like, but I just didn't feel like it would have been healthy for me
This was Idol times.
right after Idol.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you feel like your acting skills that you picked up from those shows helped you go on to compete on The Masked Singer? I know that's a little
Oh
lot of
my
acting in
gosh.
that.
Right, acting like
Oh
the
my
macaw.
gosh,
Mhm.
acting like the macaw. I feel like I could have used a few more acting classes,
Okay.
but I still could, but it's fun to act. But Masked Singer was so fun.
Aw,
I was on, Pentatonics was on the same season as me,
right.
and
Oh, yeah.
They were. It was the most insane thing. I shout out Masked Singer, like one of my favorite shows ever. But for anyone who knows Pentatonics, like their voices, obviously.
how can you
And-
hide them?
And most of the time on the Masked Singer, it's like one person or a duo will like go on,
Or a
but
trio like Wilson Phillips.
right, or a trio.
Mm.
But they had all 5 of them, and they were the California roll. They were each dressed as a piece of sushi. And just like singing in their very iconic style, because
Yes.
like Scott will lead it, and then like the harms are just like amazing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how did anyone not know? Like,
I mean, I think everyone did know,
Right.
for the most
Right.
part. But now I'm opening a couple of shows for them on their tour.
no way.
That's so,
So
fun.
Oh, that's
Just
amazing.
hanging
When's
out
that
with them. We were
happening?
making TikToks last week. Huh?
When is that
Oh,
happening?
August 29th and 31st. Is
Great.
this gonna air by? Or
Probably
after?
not. But
Okay.
if you went to those
Well,
shows,
if you went, I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
I hope you had a good time.
oh man, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And elephant in the room. You did place second again on the Masked Singer.
On the Masked Singer.
So-
I'm so used to being second. now.
right.
Macaw in the room.
Right.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
macaw.
Um,
The macaw in the room.
Thank you. Thank
oh my
you.
gosh.
was that another type of thing where like you said you felt it coming with Idol? Did you also kind of feel that vibe with the Masked Singer, or was
I
it
had no idea
different?
with that one.
Yeah.
After Pentatonics got voted off, I was like, who knows what's gonna happen? That was
That's
like
real.
a Jennifer Hudson moment for me.
Mm.
California. Roll.
Now we're only our 3rd podcast guest in, but we've already had another Masked Singer, not competent competitor. Competitor.
Yeah.
Competent.
Yeah.
Who's not me? And we asked Jesse McCartney about like singing in the costume. I'm curious to know for you. He had a big shell on his back. How about for
Yeah.
you though? Is it hard?
I had wings
That's iconic.
and a big like beak on my head.
Wait.
beak.
You had? How'd you hold the mic, or did you have like a?
I had wings, and so and with hands.
Okay.
So I could
okay.
do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it was like it had like this thing along the arm, so I just had to like hold it because then it would just like go back
Oh.
that way.
Wow.
So that I
Okay.
could look like I'm flying.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
So then was singing without the mask after just like weird for a couple shows?
It was, I mean, a lot easier, a lot less hot
That's real.
Sure.
because it's
Sure.
hot under there. Yeah.
That's real.
It's getting
Who won
hot
that
in
season?
here. Medusa, Bishop Briggs.
Bishop Briggs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so special. I really love that show because like even if you
Running like a river. Yeah.
Like, even if like you don't win that show, it's such a supportive, uplifting
Yeah.
environment, at least
It
from a viewer
was.
perspective.
It is. It was night and day
Oh,
from I mean, like American Idol had its special moments too, but just it wasn't cutthroat. It was just like
Right.
we're all dressed up like big crazy animals.
It's more like a
in costumes and stuff.
celebration of
of your life
music
and like
and-
what you've done.
yeah.
And it was like, oh, like these are so nice. The things they would say about you. I'm like, oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Aw.
It was really sweet. Yeah.
I mean, last season, Clay and Ruben went on together as a duo. So can we look
Oh.
forward to you and David Cook doing The Masked Singer together?
oh my
or what?
gosh, would they let me repeat? I don't know if they would.
I guess not, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
David, I'm going to put your creativity to the test right now.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
If we were to do The Masked Singer, what would our costumes be? Probably kitchen
Peanut
inspired.
butter. Oh.
Oh, that's good.
Wait.
I was gonna be
Continue.
like peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh,
That's pretty good. I like that a lot.
Wow. Are you peanut butter or jelly?
I love peanut butter. Can I be peanut butter?
That's fine.
You're colorful.
Right.
Whoa.
I was gonna say I'm jelly because I'm so sweet.
Oh,
Right.
sweet. Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah, and
There
peanut
you
butter,
go.
you know, a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
I don't like crunchy peanut butter. Excuse
Oh,
me.
okay.
I'm
You're
smooth.
smooth.
Thank you.
Smooth
Well,
operator.
Oh man. Okay, I
All right.
think that's all the time we got today. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But before you go, can you tell the children and those who are watching at home where to find you?
Where to find me? You can find me.
Sipping gin and juice.
Gin and juice. No. You can find me on, all the socials. I'm David Archie.
Okay.
Archie.
Okay.
Yay.
David Archie on TikTok, on X, formerly known as Twitter,
Mhm.
Instagram, Facebook, David Archuleta.
Great.
DavidArchuleta.com.
And when this airs
Did
in
I cover everything?
September, what do we have to look forward to next for everyone listening?
You'll have to look forward to the 21st of September because
Okay.
yeah. 'Cause buddy,
all right. Thanks so much for being here. We're done. Thanks, David, for coming in.
21st of September. No, I will be releasing new music.
Great.
I'm like
Yay.
gonna be releasing a cover of a song.
Ooh.
That'll be fun.
Great.
I think it'll be out in September. So
Perfect.
There
I
you
hope
go.
they like
It'll
it.
be out for you guys. And if you go to a rave, look out for David because I'm sure he'll be there.
He might be there, yeah. Bumping in the back.
I might be. I very well might be. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Not that kind of bumping in the back though.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Counter-Melodies.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a moment from us.
See you soon.